Hello friends. Previously we have covered jQuery basics chapter, jQuery functions chapter, jQuery selection chapter, but some more advanced functions we have yet to cover. So I'm going to have here fourth chapter, that is more functions in jQuery, and I'm all settled with my first file in this folder, that is 1-attr.html. In this file I'm going to show you how you can use attr function to set attribute to any HTML element. So for that purpose, first of all, I'm going to have here input button. So input type submit, value is equal to, I can say here, set attribute. After that I'm gonna have two line breaks, and then I'm going to have an input type text here. I do not need this name attribute anymore. I'm going to set the ID to this input field as txt input. So what do I want this time is, if somebody is clicking this button, the value inside input field must get disabled. So first of all, let me have here a value attribute to set a pre-populated value in this input field. So I'm going to say here hello world. So when this input field will render, there will be already a value inside this input field that is hello world. And what do I want this time is to, if somebody is clicking this button, this value hello world must be turned into disabled state so that no one can change the value from hello world to anything else. I'm going to assign an ID to this input field, that is btn, and then using this attribute I'm going to select this button inside document.ready function, and then going to assign a click event handler function to this input button. Inside this click event handler function, I'm going to say that select the input field by the ID, that is txt input. I have provided ID over there, and then call the function attr on the input field. And inside this input field I'm going to pass two parameters. First one is disabled, that is name of the attribute, and then the value of the attribute as second parameter, that is again disabled. So what is going to happen if somebody is clicking on this button? I mean this button, look, the input field has been selected. Sorry guys, I have forget to provide here the hash. Okay, so this input field is get selected, and this attr function will simply disable, I mean assign an attribute disabled to this input field, so that the value inside this input field turned to disabled state, so nobody can change the value inside this input field. So let's check this example inside browser. Okay, here I have the button, here I have the input field with the pre-populated value. Right now I am able to change the value of this input field to anything else, that is maybe jQuery. Welcome to jQuery. I am simply able to change the value inside this input field. But if I refresh this field and click this button, look, as soon as I click this button, the value inside this input field turned to disabled. I mean this input field is turned to disabled. No one can change the value inside this input field anymore.